Hi, I'm Trudi from Llanelli Music Scene, and I'm reporting for Llanelli Town Television as part of LlanelliTown.com. And I'm here interviewing a band who I'll tell you about in a moment. And this band are also playing Llanelli Music Scene Night on the 29th of June, the Kilkenny Cat. And that band is Sudden Disturbance. Here we are, ASD. Welcome to Llanelli Town Office, guys. Hi everyone. I just got to say, as part of this band, we have Keith, who works on Llanelli Music Scene and Llanelli Town Television Tour. And the rest of the band, could you introduce yourselves? Shall I start here on the left?
I'm Mike. With a Steve vocalist. Yeah.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, I'm Dean, and I play the bass.
Fantastic. Good to meet you, Dean. Right. Keith here has come up with a bit of a theme. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions as a band. Keith came up with the idea of everybody having a buzzer kind of sound or some kind of sound effect. So when I ask a question, that'll alert me to knowing then that you want to answer that question. So how do you feel about that, guys? You okay with giving some kind of buzzer sound or some tapping sound?
I have no choice.
You alright with that? Yeah? Okay, there we are. I'll start with my first question then, which is, how long have you been together as a band? Keith?
A very, very long time.
Very, very long time.
Well, it's years, to be honest. We've had various different lineups. Both these two have left and come back. I'm both the only constant one that's been there from the beginning, really. But I can't even think how many years we've been as a whole sort of thing. Like, but with the current lineup, we're talking about coming up to a year now, I'd say, would you?
Yeah, about 8 months to a year, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been quite constant in that 8 months then?
Yeah.
3 years, yeah.
I mean, we did have a fourth member, Roy.
Okay.
He played drums.
Right.
He then left us for his own, he wanted to do his own thing, which is fair enough. So since then, our fourth member is now the laptop.
Okay. So the trusty old drummer is the laptop.
Pretty much, keeps us in time.
Yeah, there we are. As you say, you can rely on him. You know he's there. As long as he plugs in and works, we can go on fine. Which ain't a bad thing. Okay, so where did the name Sudden Disturbance come from? Whose idea was that?
Bang.
Come on, Keith.
Me and Dean were in a band prior to this, Wigan Rage. One that I don't think we should be proud of, really. Roy, the drummer at the time, he was singing for us back then, and we basically took away from that.
Yeah.
And thought, well, we need a whole new revamp. So I know I came up with like a list of various different ones, and it's between me and Roy at the time. It was, I think, can't even remember the other name. It came up a toss-up between ASD or this other one. I cannot remember for the life of me. We made logos for both, and ASD is the one that stuck, really.
Yeah, sounds cool. Yeah, so the name was in place by you then. You pretty much picked it, really.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So another question to you: how would you describe the music? Very difficult one.
Yeah.
You need to make
I
a
need to make a buzz noise. Boo! Different. I don't know, it's kind of like melodic rock, a bit of hard rock in there. I guess because we've all got different influences.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mix-up. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's definitely giving our own spin on music.
Yeah. So who would you say, I'm sticking with you now, like that, who would you say your influences are?
A bit of everything, really. Bit of everything that's the opposite of everyone else, I think.
Okay.
Going from older stuff, Sisters of Mercy, that sort of thing, up to quite a few newer bands, but whatever feels right, really, isn't it?
How about you, Keith?
Well, just to finish his question off, it's anything that ranges from ABBA and all your camp classics, right the way through to all your heavier stuff today, really. Myself, heavily influenced by things like Lost Prophets, Film for a Friend. You can kind of hear that sort of influence in the guitar riffs. Black Little Brides, the older stuff then. Alice Cooper, well, kind of like Mike, I suppose, in a way, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're typing out our influences on something like Facebook, where they're like the list is like that long because we're all trying to put their individual ones.
Yeah.
Because I think we got things there, Queen, and there's so many different
Quite varied.
ones really.
Yeah. So Dean, who are your influences?
Classic 80s metal, Ozzy Osbourne and other such bands.
Cool.
Or metal mainly.
Do you think the bands that influence you then come out in the music that you play?
They can do in certain aspects of the songs, but really the main music's written by Keith, so it's all.
Yeah. So Keith's the head poncho, yeah, in charge.
Yeah, we all put our own twist in it. Like he does his influences, I do my influences on the bass, and then I know it seems to work together as one.
So yeah, you're right. So it comes together to get that sound that you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that your music sounds like anything else out there?
No, not really. I think it's quite unique in its own way. But,
yeah, which is a good thing. Because do you think as a band then, all of you, that you could be categorised into a certain group of music? I think it's hard because I was thinking you don't really fit into a box, which is fantastic.
No,
really,
I found band. I found that we've gone through all the different lineups and that.
Yeah.
Every single gig we've ever done, I've asked people, what genre would you say we are? And nobody can ever just tell us. And I just don't even know. So we class ourselves as dark rock because it's kind of dark.
Yeah, elements of dark.
But what is dark rock? Yeah.
Yeah. A bit of a touch of the gloomy vocals now and again sound. Very pretty guitar sounds and bouncing bass lines. I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right. It's a good thing though, isn't it, that you can't be categorised or pigeonholed.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that makes us unique. But you find
certainly.
then some people like, say you went to a gig or something. Well, who do you sound like? Well, we're ourselves. Every band says, "Oh, we sound like ourselves."
Yeah.
But I don't think we could really even say, "Oh, we're a twist," or I don't know. Iron Maiden meets Metallica or something.
No.
We just can't do that.
No. So you're starting your new genre, so to speak.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, isn't it? Which is a good thing, as you say. Pigeonholing you is not good. But then the downside is looking for the gigs.
Yeah.
But, you get out there, hopefully, play a lot more gigs coming up, isn't it?
Oh, hopefully, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Where could people listen to a Sudden Disturbance online without actually going out to see you physically playing a gig somewhere? What's the best way to listen to your music?
Don't make a noise, really.
Yeah, you have to make a buzz.
Really?
It's probably on Facebook. We post a lot of our SoundCloud links and YouTube links, but we tend to try and get the best material we can do up there. Then.
Yeah. So basically.
Radio.
On the radio,
Yeah.
We've been playing a lot on the radio lately as well. So Keith and Mike went to T5 the other day and did an acoustic set.
Yeah, so you're getting out there. That's brilliant. So people could check out Facebook then and get links to SoundCloud, and also where could people see that show? You did the radio show on Radio T5. Is that going to be recorded and put up online? Or?
I'm not too sure, to be honest on that. We did film whilst we were there, but I'm not too sure what we're going to do with the footage, whether we are going to put it out there or if we're just going to keep it for our own personal use or so. I think it was a pretty good set to be done. It was mainly covers, though, with a few of our own. But apart from that, you can be heard. Our main song we put out there, Forgotten, is on the Town
music scene,
Town downloadable CD.
Yes.
So that's LlanelliTown.com/music player.
That's definitely worth checking out.
The third one, we were third on the list, Forgotten. Download it, listen to it, get us more views, hit like on a page. Apart from that, obviously we're playing on the 29th with the music scene event. We got a gig in Neath on the 13th of next month. We're still looking for a support act for that. It feels a bit like a press conference now, but we're looking for a support act.
Yeah, so anybody out there listening,
we if you're allowed to support us,
Yeah, come
contact us.
forward. Where is that gig then? In
That's the Duke in Neath.
In the Duke. Okay. So hopefully there's somebody out there listening to be up for playing on that night. Brilliant. Yeah. Do you have any other gigs lined up besides these two you've got scheduled in now?
We were looking at doing one in Cardiff. I think that was North Star, I think it is.
Right, okay.
I can't think of what date that is. But I think it's more of an opening mic feel to it. But we've not hit Cardiff yet.
No, so you'll be moving yourself further afield, which should be really good again. You know, getting yourself out there. As you say, from Llanelli, although we love this fantastic music scene, you go to Neath and then further down south as well.
Definitely.
That sounds really good. Okay, so could you tell me now what is the best and worst thing about being in a band? Any buzzer noises going, yeah? I know it takes some thought.
I would say the worst point of being in a band is probably when everyone else is having a drink and having a good time, you're the other side of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's great to be there, but
that's it.
You know, if all your mates are there and they're having a drink and all that, and you've got to be sober, like and stuff.
You don't want to be playing drunk or carrying your things.
Best point, again, very similar to the best point is the people you meet need to have a really good laugh doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a hobby, isn't it? You know, something you do in your spare time. It's really good.
That's it, yeah. Fabulous. How about you, Keith?
Worst part is probably the time it takes finding the gigs, I think. We do a lot of messaging people, never hear anything back from it half the time.
That must be really frustrating.
It is frustrating, especially when you can see, like, say you do it through Facebook, you can see they've read it. And you're like, well, where is it? But apart from that, obviously, it's when somebody does get back to you, we got an available slot on that day, it makes it all worth it, really. On the plus side of it is, just watching people enjoy the music. I think last time we played the Duke in Neath, we had people jumping around. We had somebody ballroom dancing to one of our heaviest tracks.
It's different.
There was Mike screaming like mad, and
somebody just...
Yeah, you got these people just like ballroom dancing like that. So I was like, all right.
More boundary breaking there. Oh, fab. How about you, Dean? What's the best thing? What do you think's the best thing about being in a band for you?
It's just getting out, meeting new people, spending time with your friends, and doing something you really enjoy. And I suppose the worst bit is when you get the negative feedback, but then everybody has negative feedback.
Yeah, that's right. You're right there. And everybody has different views in it, and it's keep soldiering forward, and you can take things on board, but at the same time, keep going. Don't get disheartened, because there's always those people that love listening to your stuff out there, and
Yeah, I think the main one with the negative views is the fact that we use a laptop for drums now. But for us, it's more of a positive than a negative at the moment. It keeps us out there. I mean, if the right drummer came along, we're not going to say no.
No.
But it lets us do a lot of the smaller venues now.
Yeah.
A lot of places don't really want like a load of loud music.
No.
So we can do. We will tone our set down a little bit for them sort of venues.
Yeah.
But that's the only criticism I've really heard to our faces, really.
Yeah, which is a pity, really, isn't it? Because I suppose it's down to the narrow-mindedness maybe of some people, isn't it? Because you've got the drums, they're going to be playing time when you've got them on your,
As long as we can hear them, that's the main one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they're going to be reliable and turn up, pretty much.
Unless I forget the laptop in the cabin once.
Okay. So maybe that could be, I was going to ask you next, what is your best gig experience and your worst gig experience? Maybe that laptop, by forgetting that, could be some kind of sign to a bad experience. What do you think? Have you got a good experience of a good gig experience? Or something memorable that stands out from all the times that you've played?
It's a hard one.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say we've got a best experience. It's pretty constant on the whole. We wouldn't say we've done one show that was amazingly better. You try and get consistency there. Someone's coming to see you, they don't want to see you on a bad day. Worst time, probably not going on stage at all.
Yeah.
That's for one reason or another.
Yeah,
That's always a bad
very
thing.
disappointing.
Or having your set cut short, that can also be a little bit infuriating when you put in the man hour to,
Yeah.
you know,
I
to get
agree
up
with
to
that one.
speed.
Yeah.
Because in some ways it can make it look worse having it cut short than not playing at all. So it makes
Yeah.
it look like, you know, you've made the fun part yourself then, you know.
Yeah, why have you been cut? Yeah, and it could be, as you say, down to something to do with the timing at the venue, but they haven't communicated with you, and then if they're cutting you,
Yeah, I'd
as you
agree
say,
with
it's
that.
going to be a bit of
Yeah.
a downer, isn't it? You know, you've got yourselves there, you're playing, enjoying yourselves, and way to go, and sound cut, yeah. I bet that would be a memorable nightmare. Yeah, certainly. Do we have any more good and bad gig experiences?
I think so.
No.
Not for me anyway.
Do you have anything that stands out as a good kind of experience?
I don't know, it's just like, just get up there and play, I don't
Yeah.
really, you know.
Maybe a bit like Mike said, is that like every time you
Yeah.
get up and play, it's, you know, it's always really good.
It's just when, like Mike said, when the set gets cut and all that,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of nerve-wracking because it makes you feel like it's your fault or...
Yeah,
maybe-
that's it. And I think people who put on gigs need to be mindful of that sort of thing, really, don't they? You know, different things that go on. Okay, I think now I'm gonna ask you to draw something, because Miles, who interviews a lot of the bands, likes to ask the bands to draw something that relates to the name of their band. So you're ASD, Sudden Disturbance. So I'm going to ask you to draw something that relates to a sudden disturbance, what it means to you then, sudden disturbance. You've got 22 seconds. I know it's a bit random, but I will, when I say go, then it's 22 seconds to draw something that relates to a sudden disturbance. Right. I'm going to count down 5. After 5 seconds, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm not counting the seconds, am I? Right, I reckon we've got about 20. No. Stop. Right then. Seems to be some laughter coming over from over there, so I'll ask Mike first to show us his picture. Will you hold it up to the camera as well? Right,
Paul.
what have you got? What is it?
Paul.
Paul, okay. Who's Paul?
Paul is a cat that was made up, drawn on a car window with the head of a cat, a spider that lives in its ear, and stripes. It was also drawn in a birthday card to the leader with a blackout. So it's been about.
Cool. That sounds like another cool, interesting story there. Okay, so Paul the cat. Right. A sudden disturbance. Right, what have we got for that?
Went for very basic. It's an exclamation mark with a poorly drawn ASD logo on top. Caution. Listen with caution.
It's like a sudden disturbance. Exclamation. How about you, Dean? What have you got for that? What is a sudden disturbance?
The drummer.
That's really cool, yeah. So when you think of a sudden disturbance, you think of your very trusty, reliable drummer.
Is there a pair of scissors drawn at the bottom?
No, they're drumsticks.
Oh.
That's cool. And you don't even need the sticks. Brilliant. Well, I did draw something very random again. I thought a sudden disturbance, what did I think of? Well, to me, that's supposed to be a year. So when I listen to some kind of drivelling pop music, whoops, a bit narrow-minded, yeah, but I don't mind. I'm suddenly disturbed. Okay. So that's what I did, yeah. Okay, and seeing as Keith here works for Llanelli Town Television, Llanelli Music Scene, and LlanelliTown.com, do you have some questions you want to ask yourself or your own band?
Oh yeah, okay. I have a few questions I'd like to ask my own band.
Yeah.
First one, what do you each bring to the band? Dean, we'll start with you.
I'm always up to be reminded of what to bring.
That's classic, Dean.
Yeah.
Well, you bring bass skills.
Well, I have to be reminded of that as well, but
Bring the groove.
I bring the
Yeah.
groove.
Yeah.
Bring the groove. Well then, Keith, come on.
I bring the squeegee guitar sound that everyone keeps saying you need to turn down the amp, and I'm like,
No
what
way.
was that?
Yeah.
That's about what I bring.
And Mike.
Noise. Noise.
That sounds good.
That's about it, yeah.
Vocal noise.
Okay, well, the next question I have is particularly for Dean. Just before we got here today, Dean lost his tobacco.
My girlfriend's going to kill me now, thanks.
What you can do about that?
Buy another one. Somehow.
Oh dear. Bad times.
Cry. Go for a pee.
See, you've been suddenly disturbed by that.
Yeah.
Losing your tobacco. Oh no.
That's one thing I did used to do when I worked in the call centre. Somebody would ring up with a problem, but that's a sudden disturbance.
Exactly. That's a perfect example of a sudden disturbance.
So also, it's weird doing this, being in the band and also asking the questions, but
I bet it is.
anybody have any nicknames?
You know this answer, don't you?
Which way we started?
There's only one I'm aware of, and that was Dean's newest one.
Yeah, Dean has a nice
I've
nickname.
got a
What's my
band
name?
nickname.
It's Tusky Groove Master.
Alright, yeah.
Hey, that's cool. So where did that name come from? Did you two kind of
Pretty
give
much.
Dean the name? Yeah.
We were doing the recording of one of the latest songs we've recorded.
Yeah.
We were looking on the programme and we saw the word groove shifter. Mike didn't look like that. I said Groove Master sounds better, and since he plays bass, the Groove Master. And we were talking before about wearing fans and having like a vampire sort of image at one point. And Mike said, well, Dean would be the sort to wear them upside down so he'd have tusks. So it's Tusky Groove Master.
Hey.
That's news to me.
I was going to say, did you know about that nickname? Dean, do you have any nicknames for these two by you?
No. No.
Should have given you time to think something up, haven't
Yeah, sure.
I thought I'd spring that one on him.
Any more nicknames then between your huddled little group? Pet names away? No, Paul doesn't come into it.
No.
I'm still drawn
I'm still drawn.
Yeah, Paul has been perfected, yeah. Continually being drawn. Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming in today, the Sudden Disturbance, and agreeing to the interview here. Look forward to seeing you play on the 29th of June in the Kilkenny Cat. Bring in some sound, and don't forget your drummer.
Yeah.
Your drum machine. I don't think Paul will be making an appearance that night though, will he?
Well,
We'll see.
Yeah, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you then on the 29th of June, Kilkenny Cat, Sudden Disturbance. Will you sign your pictures? I forgot to ask you to sign your pictures.